The visuals from Nepal are stark, a nation in turmoil, with its youth dubbed Gen Z, a generation that stood up with the promise of a new republic now at the forefront of violent uprising. The initial demands for political accountability have been overshadowed by a wave of destruction, leaving many to ask, is this a revolution or a catastrophe? A preliminary estimate from the Ministry of Urban Development has placed the cost of the damage at over 200 billion Nepali rupees, or approximately 1.4 billion US dollar. But this financial figure doesn't capture the full extent of the tragedy. It represents a deep and painful wound on the country's infrastructure, both public and private, and a devastating loss of its history. Let's break down the visible scars left by the protests and the approximate cost to rebuild. The heart of a nation ablaze, Singha Durbar, the symbolic heart of Nepal's government, the Singha Durbar complex was torched. This is a profound and tragic loss. Singha Durbar is more than just an administrative building. It is a historical palace that has served as the seat of government for over a century, a witness to Nepal's journey from monarchy to a federal republic. The fire is reported to have consumed key sections, including the Prime Minister's office and several vital ministries. The cost to rebuild this monumental structure will be in billions of Nepali rupees. For context, a previous post-earthquake reconstruction project on a single section of Singha Durbar cost over 870 million Nepali rupees. A more recent master plan to restore the complex was estimated at 10 billion Nepali rupees. The damage from this fire is far more extensive, and the true cost of rebuilding from the ashes is likely to be majorly higher. But the loss is not just structural. Reports confirm that invaluable historical documents and state archives have been reduced to ash. This includes priceless legal records and administrative files spanning decades. The burning of these historical documents represent an irreversible loss of Nepal's cultural and political memory. It's a wound that cannot be healed with money. The Supreme Court building, a pillar of Nepal's judicial system, was also reportedly set ablaze. A new Supreme Court complex was previously contracted for 5.2 billion Nepali rupees. The damage to the existing structure would likely be a major portion of this, if not more, demanding a monumental effort to restore the rule of law and its physical representation. The protest also turns out on the private sector. Outlets of major businesses like Bhatani supermarket were damaged. The annual transaction of just this one company is around 35 billion Nepali rupees. The damage to its 21 outlets alone will be a huge amount. Luxury hotels like Hyatt Regency and Hilton Kathmandu were targeted, damaging not just property but also the country's vital tourism industry. The homes of political figures, including former Prime Minister Jalanath Khanal, was set on fire. The wife of former PM Rajya Lakshmi Chitrakar sustained severe burn injuries. The unprecedented breakdown of law and order. The chaos has also led to a terrifying breakdown of law and order in a development that has sent shockwave across the region. There have been massive jailbreaks across the country. Reports indicate that over 13,500 inmates have escaped from more than 24 prisons since the protests began. This includes not just petty criminals but hardened convicts serving sentence for terrorism, organized crime, kidnapping and murder. The escapees have not just vanished, they are now roaming the streets of Nepal and in some cases attempting to cross the border into India, raising a massive security concern. This crisis has gone beyond the political sphere. A nation's institutions are being systematically dismantled not just by protesters but by a criminal element taking advantage of the chaos. The cause of this anarchy is immeasurable. It is a terrifying return to the time when lawlessness reigned, and it threatens to erase decades of progress toward a stability and democratic society. As army works to recapture these escapees and restore orders, the question remains: was this destruction unnecessary, a tragic part of revolution, or did it hijack a legitimate movement and lead to a senseless, self-inflicted wound? The answer may determine Nepal's path for a generation to come. That's all for now, and thank you for watching us.
Singa Priyanka handicraft business ko hazakani ko gatamo start ka aha wan dake business start ka aniyo tangka bazarang dongjagin chimoba antango je donga watching start ka aha wan dake da aude customer rang bangenga dake business rang ba kasen dalangenga ha
anga business ko salayone bersibri onga ha riang pa bersio anga lak pri hajar susni punga tangkarang ko matna ha phallas manisan ongai gija anga ye business to dal dobani ko matna ha aru getal pa market ranguna sukna geta matna ha aru nam gepa aru tangkam pa customer lang ko matna ha anga bersian sini ya business ko nambate khana geta matnenga tau anga yana bate nambate aru appal bate khana muksongi sanchani rang genang betela
Chungi muksong ani de song tang wasan ong aigija agasak ni dingtang bakrang chi chungi product rang ko kapangatan yan ong Nakiwa nagsamsuan ko chusokat nagda chunga pangchakani kadang horka ha aru no ka chatte da o chungi business ko apalat patna aru halas mandirang ko mangkat patna da chunga chakudi anginga mondaki songon ko donggapa mandirang na changi thangani chol ko bokot nagtaba chunga joton khainga aru da oroni technology ko jakhali mai khai anchungi asongni taarungani takarkani ko agasak ni bata kadang mesukin bana nagsingat pat naman gin wag magan chungi muksongan yung
na business ko start kaon nani business ko tangduak na gata na ya MeghaPreneur ni takchakani ko nang chumotken uno sa nani business apal gen aro yan effective ungan ya anta de confident ungi akania yes kang step machutani jamano de ya business ko apalat na gata nani gisko susah ni badung nanagen uno sana bang bea customer ko ba mandirang ko salbana gata mangen
MeghaPreneur Startup Challenge. Yan Meghalaya adok gemuk niko nambat stranggaba startup ba badeng chiwa lengga parang po sakunga seokna maksungani onga. Jian MeghaPreneur Expo 2025 wo Meghalaya ko represent kagin. Yan startup rang na tang ni recommend business ko jinmana mesokna nsengatna investor rang menggolpona na Meghalaya adok gemuk ni nambat kapa entrepreneur rang ko sandian yo bak panaska ode donso gemen yam gata ongna nanggen. Na India sungu aro Meghalaya adok po songdong ham kapong nananggen nang startup ba business private limited company register kagamin ba katna sing pa startup nananggen prime Meghalaya o register ka prime ID donggaman nananggen kumi beo ba bilsio lak pula chibonga man na kragapa aro business tharake thang dona man kapong nananggen team ba nang business so kumong kam kayon gapa dong nananggen Songsali manderang na janggi tangani cholrang ko bukote on gapa business okna nanggen. Nakni product ba service market dongso gumen gapin product aro service rangoni dengtang be gapa jakhal tobat gapa aro nambat gapa okna nanggen. Bilsi prakon lab ba profit man gapa okna nanggen. Je business na tangni product ba service ko tharina technology ko jakhala aro jakhalna sieng gapa okna nanggen. Trading jean gapani ko bostu ai phalska gapa aro family business anda gapara apply khana man jawa. Founder man chani chalai gapa startup okna nanggen. Meghalaya gemukoni aba chengemen dol kholgr ponga ko yachangna seok manaha aro warangoni dol bonga makmangsan daure baing gapa MeghaPreneur hajalgni kholgr ponga o anchingni adokni gata bakrana manggen. Next kami anching kaha Hai dao dak chakakirkna. Hai Meghalaya ko rkna.